you ready to go? Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, hello. Wonder if this is going out.
I don't know. Still saying live in 2:33.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, it seems hello. It seems we're live.
Okay. Yeah, we are.
Okay, all right. So what's the official time at the moment? It's 2 minutes to. So let's wait 2 minutes for other people to join in. So Nicole, how is it in Germany at the moment?
Yeah, we have nice cold weather and about 20:58.
It's been quite cold here for the past few days. Almost winter, but not yet.
Hi, Havital.
I have coffee. Every Finn has to have coffee.
I only have water.
So, I wonder if the sound is going out okay. Yeah. Okay, so let's just check that we have sound going through to everybody and that people can hear you as well. Okay, that's good. Still some more coffee.
I think the zombies have taken my coffee. Only water left. Yeah, he can hear us both.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so 9 people joined in. Maybe we will start nevertheless and let the others join in when they arrive. So, Nicole.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm just thinking which part should we start from? Should we start from talking about the jam or?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. So it was quite a long jam. There were lots of things keeping me busy, and it was we were developing the programming tools during the jam quite a lot. I mean, in the beginning of the jam, the programming tools were not kind of ready, but they developed also during the jam, and in the end, we had pretty good tools. But tell me, have you ever tried to program games?
Not really. I had programming lessons at school. I think it was Turbo Pascal, yeah. But it was only for mathematics or something like this.
Yeah.
No, not really.
Yeah, but you never had this sort of the urge to do games yourself.
Right.
Did you ever have the sort of urge?
No, not really. I don't think I'm good at making games. No, I don't think so.
But we have
I don't
seen.
think I have the right ideas.
Yeah, we have seen your collection of different kind of consoles and games on the forums, and you are somebody that I would call a game connoisseur. Like when somebody appreciates fine wines or something, some other collectible items, then I think you are quite exceptional in the amount of different kind of game consoles and different kind of systems that you have played.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it could well be. My father was a programmer, so he brought me all technical stuff, and yeah, maybe that's the reason why I have so many consoles games. And
and it's also, I mean, in many ways, at least when I started playing around with computers, computers was a very much a boys thing. So all of the kids from my class, the boys were interested in computers, but the girls were not so much. And the computers were like Commodore 64s and stuff like that. So I guess they were so simple that only our little boys could see something very interesting in it. But how old were you when you started playing computer games?
I was about, I think I was about 7 years old.
Yeah.
And I got a Pong machine from my uncle. And as I said before, a lot of equipment from my father, because he did a lot of technical stuff and programmed great machines for libraries and such things. And we always had a lot of technical things at home.
Yeah. Okay, so I think now we have. I'm just checking the comments that nobody's complaining about the. Okay, Nicole is a bit less loud. Let me see if I can put your volume up.
Microphone a bit near. Maybe that makes a difference.
Yeah, I think that's already. But we will of course get a little bit of other kind of disturbance. I'm just opening the volume mixer and I'm putting you up a little bit.
Okay.
It's very
Hi guys, I'm reading all your comments, by the way, but you're much faster than our streamers, so sorry for the delay. Hi Spinal Cord, hi Carbona Cat.
Okay, all right. So let's begin the actual thing. Java of the Dead. What did you think of the games in general? I mean, I
have to say, I was very impressed. Possible on the Pokitto. I know that's a fantastic device, and you can do a lot of things with it, but some things are really incredible.
Yeah.
So it's not only the ideas and the games themselves, it's the graphics, it's the playability. It's just great.
Yeah, I think that if I compare these games to the games that we had in the Python competition, the previous competition, I can see that the level is going up. Of course, we had more time to work on these games, but there are some really original ideas in these games, and also the presentation of the games. And I have to say, even the playability of the games, I can say that there were many games that you could actually really enjoy and go back to playing. And I had my few favorites. One of the favorites was this game that we are looking at. The Espresso
it's a wonderful
Shoot.
Game.
Because the humor and the graphics and the whole presentation is just completely, it's just dead perfect for the theme.
Yeah, it really is, and it's really astonishing because it's a very fluent and it's a game very nice to look at. And, yeah, it's a lot of fun, really.
There's a lot of simple detail. For example, the fact that you can take the coffee and then you can shoot the hand. I mean, somehow I find it's hilarious, and all of these sounds and and the screaming of the poor fellow when you shoot the hand instead of the zombie hand.
Yeah, it's really funny and go for high scores, and that's a lot of fun with this game especially.
Yeah, and it's a kind of it's a very simple game. It's easy to understand how to play it, but then to sort of when you get further on, it becomes very difficult to master, which is the definition of a good game. I would play this game on any system, not just on Pokitto. If this was on Nintendo Switch or something, I would play this game because it's just so good.
I would love to play it with a light gun, you know.
Oh yeah.
It would be very cool.
Yes, absolutely. With a light gun, this would be perfect. Yes, that's right. Do you have something else? This was the winner of the competition. I think I have the statistics here, and Espresso Shoot was rank number 1, and it got altogether 12.9 points. I think deservedly this is very high quality game. High quality game, and Filippo and Vantorix are the guys behind it.
Filippo online, hi.
I really like the graphics in this game. It's just hilarious. It's a pity I didn't. Did you ever press the pause button?
I don't think so. No.
You should, because there's something really nice happens when you press the pause button. There comes a. I will not tell it. You must check it out yourself.
Yeah. Have to try then. Yeah.
Okay. Let's.
Yeah, that's little details I really love. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the which was rank number 2, which was Mambo Is Me, and I will now try to get the.
Yeah, that one is very interesting because I bought the original game I think in summer, and as I saw Mambo Is Me, I just thought that can't be true to give this game to Pokitto. That's really incredible, and and the Mambo theme is really funny.
Yeah. Again, I was struggling with this game because I had never played Baba Is You, and it was also a surprise to me that it was a Finnish game, that some Finnish guy had actually made the first one.
It's really Baba Is You is one of my favorite, and I really I'm not really into puzzle games at all, but this one is very, very interesting.
Yeah, because it kind of takes the idea of the game. You are not changing the game, or you're not changing the level. You're changing the rules of the game, which is kind of like a meta level. You go to another abstraction level with regards.
It's nearly philosophical, I would say. It's a very nice concept. Yeah.
Yeah. So, for example, here is some recorded gameplay, and when I realized that you can actually make the wall into the goal, it was a big revelation because I had not played this game before. And again, I have to say that the graphics and the presentation in this game is really, really high quality.
Yeah, it undoubtedly is. And as I love my Switch very much, a lot of people told me pick up Baba, and so I did. And there are so many interesting ways to solve puzzles. Often there are not only one way, and there's not only one way. And so Mambo Is You is no, it's just showing that the concept overall is great, and it's nice to have on Pokitto as well.
It is. I mean, that's maybe one of the major things about this. One of the major things about this whole jam was that when we had more time, then we got a few really, really polished entries, and this was one of them. I mean, this is a good quality game that you can enjoy, and it's a solid addition to the puzzle game category.
Yeah, it really is. I had a lot of fun with it, and as I said before, Baba Is You already was very, very great. I hope, I'm interested in the question if the makers of Baba Is You will make something new. I don't think they won't have any new ideas, so let's have a look of what they will bring, and yeah.
What do you
very
think?
interesting.
What do you think in general? How much time do you spend playing, like AAA titles, and how much time do you spend playing indie titles?
I think I'm more interested in indie games because I'm playing since I was 7, so I have seen a lot of ideas and a lot of gaming concepts, and a lot of AAA titles really repeat concepts that we had before. A lot of indie titles bring really new things, new ideas, like here Baba or Mambo, and that's very interesting. And I also like people who try their best with limited hardware, because if you make games with limitations, that's, for me, it's much more interesting for C64, for example.
Yeah,
And of course with Pokitto, yeah.
C64 is interesting because there are still games released that use techniques that people thought were impossible on the Commodore 64, and it's simply because people have learned new things, and then they have learned to apply them also for Commodore 64. So you see techniques that have actually evolved on much more powerful hardware being taken back into these really old machines, and it's fantastic to see these new platformers, and I don't think.
Yeah, that's what's impressing me.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the Super Mario that somebody made for Commodore 64, but that was just
of course.
absolutely incredible when you consider the limitations of the hardware. Yeah, Mambo was a great game. I got the hang of it, and all of this gameplay videos is of course me playing, and I have to play behind the camera, so it's a little bit difficult to control. Let's take a.
I know this.
Yeah.
I can't record and play at the same time.
Yeah, and this small screen on Pokitto to film is actually quite difficult to get the camera set up.
Yep.
So you can see you can see the zoom pumping all the time because of the varying levels of intensity in the screen, and I just couldn't figure out what to do, but this was the best I could do. Then let's take a look at Brew of the Undead. And of course, Mambo Is Me was by JP FLI, or we only know the handles. I think he's Jukka-Pekka. A fellow thing.
Brew of the Undead, I have to say, is my personal favorite.
Yeah, let me just take that video. I will take that video up.
And that's very hard to say because all games are really, really good and very polished. But I especially like Brew of the Undead.
We're also showing here in the video the fantastic new Kraken loader, which has made our life in Pokitto Land so much better.
Yeah.
And
I made a review of it. It's just great.
I love that.
And a lot of people told me when I made the video of the loader, they didn't know about Pokitto, even though I had a video review before, but I think the loader was especially interesting for a lot of people to see it.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's sort of the user experience is so much better now with the new loader. What did you think about Brew of the Undead?
Yeah, I really loved this one because there are so many interesting details. First of all, I think it's a real good idea.
Yes.
I like the idea that there are 2 ways to play day and night. I like the title screen very much.
Yeah.
I like the background story. I like the tutorial. So normally I'm the guy who skips tutorials, you know,
Yeah.
because a lot of them are really boring or focus on how you have to push a button twice, and that's normally not very interesting. But this one is really fun.
Yeah.
And when you change from day to night, you have like it's like you're having 2 different games, you know.
Yeah.
I really love this game.
Yeah, that's also another thing that was different in this game jam in comparison to the Python jam. So people were inventing completely new game ideas. I mean,
Yeah.
mechanisms that this night game. I know the stream is a little bit behind that you're following, but this night game mode with the sort of laser barriers or what?
That's great.
Yeah, it's something that I had doubts that how does it work, but it's actually very fun. And when you start to get these holes into the barrier, and it's just so annoying when you know you try to push them away and there's a hole in it, and then there's this.
Yeah, you have to think very fast and react very fast.
Yeah.
So, but it's not really a problem if you're looking where the holes could be and anticipating what you're doing. But yeah, it's sometimes only one zombie comes through it, and that's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For game over. But you know, when I think about this, especially this Brew of the Undead idea, I mean, this is like the golden days of Commodore 64 when one person could make a game and come up with a completely original idea. And when I look at, for example, Twitter, and there's a lot of game dev related postings, and it's 99% of it is made in Unity. Yeah, I kind of understand that. That's where the I mean that's what it is nowadays. But and you program different kind of cool shaders and so on. But this Brew of the Undead is a game that's purely, in my opinion, about coming up with a new game mechanism. And that's why limited hardware is so great, because it forces people to think about these things.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant before. Yeah, and that's one point, because Brew of the Undead is one of my absolute favorites of this gem. By the way, hello Black Rain and Filippo. Yeah, you're right. You can't skip the tutorial. But the tutorial is fun this time, I think. Yeah, I'm just reading the comments, and we are a bit slow on our side here. So
yeah, it's true.
I have to apologize to the people commenting here.
It's a good thing that you read the stream, because I cannot focus on the stream at the same time. I need to control the videos.
I read all of the comments, but I know we're a bit slow.
Yeah.
So
I also like the graphics of this game.
Yes.
Somehow there's something very, very sympathetic about this Matti character, and he's now becoming quite famous in Pokitto land when he's going from one game to another. This time in a Java-based game, and somebody would say that this is programmer art, but somehow it's very, very fitting for this kind of a game.
I think so too. And it's there are a lot of different elements in the game, and it always tells you to come back and look again and find a new detail. And I think as I said before, the title screen is very nice, and also are the menus.
Yeah,
I really love them.
yeah, and like you said, the tutorial was simply the best tutorial of all of the games. I mean, this was like really polished in that sense, and all of these menus and of the day 1 and day 2 and so on. Okay, so Brew of the Undead was really really great game by Hansky. Then we come to game number 4, Awaken by Thor.
Yeah, this one, I did play on Xbox 360, I think, Plants vs. Zombies, and I played the heck out of that game. So I wasn't very amused to see a game similar to it, because I really played it too much, I think. But of course, I did play Awaken, and it's a real good game, and it's real fun.
Yeah, this is something that now that all the points have been given and the end results are in, this was actually my favorite game, and I don't know why. It's I simply like the idea of growing. I mean, if there was a planting or a farming game for Pokitto, I would absolutely play it. Because I even though in this video where I show the gameplay, I actually played this game much further, and I got to the point where I had the machine gun and everything, and I had half of the screen full of plants, and these disgusting zombies.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Disgusting zombies were trying to get to my coffee plants, and I was really sort of getting into the emotion of mowing them down with the machine gun to stop them from taking my precious plants. So first I didn't sort of it didn't get to me immediately, but after playing this for something like 15 minutes and getting further, I really got the grip on me. So this was my favorite game of the whole jam.
I'm just reading the comments. The title screen of Brew of the Undead is made by Vampirix. Yeah, we should mention that, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't follow the chat at the moment. It's too many things at once. Did you sort of figure out the different mechanisms of this game? How to collect the beans and...
Yeah, I think so, but I didn't spend that much time into this game, because I know it's a very detailed game and have to spend a lot of time with it. So no, I didn't test everything out, I have to admit. The most problems I had with keeping the zombies away, if you've just stick shovel, I'm not sure what it is, and I'm always running into the zombies, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it's much more fun if you pack your machine gun and mow them down.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't play that far, but yeah, I understand the mechanics, and it's really great.
And again, fun little animations. If you look at the plants, how they shake when they grow, and the zombies are great, and it's a very, very good presentation throughout. This was, like I said, my favorite game. Let's take a look at the next one. Let me just see. I have the list over here. We have Dash of the Dead by the same author, Thor. And
yeah, by the way, I have my Pokitto charged and loaded in my hand, and I'm always jumping right to the games when we do. So
yeah,
just to let the others know.
So, Dash of the Dead.
Dash of the Dead, yeah. Those
Se-
damn jaws.
second game by Thor, and actually, if we would count all the points together, Thor would have won this competition easily because he made 2 really high quality games.
Yeah.
So kudos for a job well done.
I have to say I really like Endless Runners because, as I said before, I love hunting for points and scores, and you can do this very well with Endless Runners, of course. But this one is really very funny, and there are a lot of nice, yeah, should I say monsters? They're too cute to be monsters, I think.
Yeah.
I really love this, but it's really friggin' hard.
It is really hard, and now I don't know if Thor is watching, but I have to apologize. I really have to. My apology is about I'm really bad at this game. I am really bad at this game, and you can see it when I run into the wall time and time again. But on the other hand, I was playing this behind a camera, and this game is all about super accurate timing. And the thing is that when you play on the camera and you're watching on the camera screen, you're actually just a few milliseconds behind the actual thing. And it was almost impossible to play this game through the camera because there was just such a small lag that when I was looking at the screen and I was playing in real time, it was just very, very difficult to play this game. So this game is way better than what it looks like when I'm playing here because I was trying to play it through the camera. So sorry,
very
Thor.
Hard to record.
Yeah, very hard to record. And in addition to that, I'm very bad at this kind of games. I mean, games that require you to press more than one button at a time is.
I really like this kind of games, and Cannabelto, for example, was very good also.
Yeah.
And I just bought Run Demon Run on C64. I really like this genre, but yeah, this one is very hard, but I don't think it will stop me from playing it further. But this is something I will do if I have a lot of time and no one can disturb me, because I think if someone comes my way when I'm getting really, really far in this game, I'm going to be mad.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, this game has really nice graphics and these upgrades and
yeah, the upgrades.
Yes, and lots of detail. And actually, if you think about the other game that Thor has made as well, all of these have lots of detail that would require learning a bit more. So one thing that was missing from this game, which I really would have wanted, would have been some sort of a tutorial, like in Rule of the Undead. Something that would have sort of gently taught you what is the mechanism of this game.
Yeah, I figured it out, but as I said before, the damn jaws took me some time. Yeah.
For example, this power,
this
power jump and health. I just I couldn't figure it out. I have to say I'm stupid in such a way that I just couldn't. But this game I have to go back to when I have time for it properly.
Yeah, surely.
Very nice game.
It's really fun, and I just want to play further. But as I said before, only if there's no one disturbing me.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the next one. Zombie Jump Pig. A game.
Oh yeah.
A game about
a
pig.
Cute.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm really not that kind of a woman who has to have everything cute and nice, and but this one, I really like it. It's really, really cute.
Yeah, and also the sounds and everything. I mean, again, this is like this maybe feels the most like the arcade game of all of them. So this has a sort of a real arcade feel to it. The gameplay and the sounds and the graphics.
Yeah, I really like this cute little pig, and it was really fun to read why it is a pig, and it was called Zombig, Zombig. Yeah, I really love the idea.
Yeah. For me, this game has a sort of a instant replayability. So you can pick this up and play a bit of it, and then come back and try again, and so on. So it's like very easy to get into, but also so good that you wanna try again once you've played it. So
And that's interesting because there's this I just forgot the name. There's this ninja game. I think this was the inspiration for zombie jumping. So zombie jumping. I always want to say it different. So this ninja game I really don't like. I just don't know why, but I had it and I never really played it. But this one is, yeah, it's kind of different. I don't know why, but it's better. It's really better than the original.
Yeah. The controls of this game are really spot on. I mean, there's no lag at all, and the pig goes exactly where you want it to go. It's a really well done game mechanic.
Hi Tor, just reading the comments again. Yeah, the controls are spot on. Yeah.
Yeah. And also another thing that was really nice about the Java Game Jam is that everybody, or most of the games are in the high resolution mode, like this game.
It looks fantastic.
It looks fantastic.
The colors are so bright.
Yes, and this film or this video that I've taken of the game, it doesn't do justice to how good it looks on the actual screen. It looks much better on the actual screen. It's much better. Okay, that was a really good game, and I have to check the. It was Manuel, but Manuel, what was his second name? Let me just. I will try to pronounce it. This game was by Manuel Sagra.
Oh yeah.
So it's a new entry and into our community, and really nice, solid game. A very good game. And it says.
Zockeromi. Also, he didn't have the hardware. He developed it only using the emulator. Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Unbelievable.
That's true. That's true. And I have to say that it says a lot about the quality of the jam that a game like this is number 5, because I have played some of the other itch.io jam games, and very rarely they get to this kind of level. In most of the jams, they are quite simple games. Yeah.
As I said, it's very impressive. Yeah.
Let's take a look at Pokitto 4.
Yeah. Very hard to believe, but I really missed out on Resident Evil 4. I always want to play it, but I never do. Don't know why, but of course I did play this one, and it's the graphics are fantastic.
Yeah.
That's not all, but the graphics are really good. Reminds me on Goats and Ghosts.
Yeah, true. Yes, very similar kind of graphics, and also the loader screens and everything according to the theme. I think this game really is missing the sound. So if I have to say one thing that sort of I wished really that this game had just a few gun sounds or some
would really add some atmosphere, but
yes,
it's a very nice game.
Yeah.
And if you see the parallax scrolling, it's
beautiful.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it is. It's really spot on, and the graphics are so crisp. And again, this game looks really good on the hardware. It looks really. The contrast is really nice, and it looks even more. It's like it has more pixels than our screen has, but.
And those colors, just look at the car at the beginning. It's so much detail.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. I didn't get very far in this game because again, this is one of the genres where I'm not very good. Do we have any?
Yeah, I played the level to the end. It's if you take some time, it's really a nice game, and you can you always can find a way to beat the game. So that's what I like.
Yeah, this is one of the games that I will come back to. I just hope that that Black Rain has the energy to try to put some sound into this game and possibly make the other levels. Were you familiar with this game, the original that is on some other platform? I have not actually even checked because this is a port by Black Rain. It seems maybe we lost.
Yeah, I'm hearing you again, but I've some disturbance here.
Okay, we'll check how it goes. I can hear you very well.
Yeah, only first level for now. Yeah, true, but the first level is great already. So
yeah,
maybe a high score list.
Yeah,
but I don't know how to implement this because you're always killing the same. Yeah, and you couldn't go faster than you already do. I think. I don't know. But it's a very nice game.
Yeah. Okay, then we have a really complicated game, Totally Accurate Zombie Simulator.
Oh yeah.
By Carbonacat. I don't know how to. Carbonacat. Let's take it over here.
I have to say I have some Japanese games that are very similar, but I never did play them for a long time. It's interesting to see what's happening.
Yeah, this had some unique features. First of all, it also had this kind of a music system that you could select. I will turn up the volume for the video a little bit because interesting.
Yeah, the menu is interesting as a whole. You have a lot of possibilities to test out. I really like that. And the challenges are very interesting.
This was a very polished game. So did you figure out how the game actually works? I mean, I was just putting guys randomly and hoping for the best, usually losing.
I did try a lot of different things and settings, and I'm not sure if I found everything you could probably do with this game because it's really detailed and complicated.
Did you notice that if you control some of the units, you can control their attack as well? So there was this pike bearer with a long pike.
Shield bearer, brawler, sworder. Yeah. I tested that out, but I really think you have to spend a lot of time with this game to find everything that's possibly in there.
And of course, maybe because I know quite a lot about the programming side of this device. One of the really impressive things is that the game is able to handle so many units on screen at the same time. And
it doesn't slow down or anything like this. Yeah.
True. So here on the screen is some video of my desperate attempts of trying to win I usually lose for some reason.
I won a few battles, but I also lost a lot of them. But as I said, there are a lot of things I think you could try or change, or there are so many possibilities in here.
Yeah, this is a game for somebody who loves statistics. It would be interesting to see even more in detail which units have done well, and maybe have some sort of a health bar next to all of the different units. Again, one of the things that's really missing in this game is sound, because when these small units are attacking each other, I'm kind of waiting to hear the sort of the clanking and the banging of battle. So it would be really nice to have some sort of sound effects when the fighting is going on.
I have to say, with this game, I'm not missing it so much. I'm always fond of good sounds. I really like this, but I'm very concentrated looking at the screen and figuring out what you can do. So maybe I'm too distracted to miss the sound. But yeah, of course, you could add a lot of interesting sounds and battle cries, or I don't know what.
Now that I'm looking at the video and I'm not playing it myself, I can really appreciate all these fantastic little animations that these units have. Like when they're walking, the hands are shaking, and I mean, amazing amount of detail for a game like this. And again, a really good addition to the Pokitto game library. I mean, in this jam we got more than half a dozen really interesting games that are worthwhile going back into to learn more. Great game, absolutely great.
Black Rain says it's glitchy sometimes. I need to get back to this. Interesting. So
glitchy.
Maybe, as I said, maybe I didn't even found the glitches yet.
I didn't find any glitches. I mean, it was working really well for me.
Maybe not like expected. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, let's take a look at the next game. Or we will be here in the morning still. And now we'll look at another interesting entry, Not Dead Yet by Felipe Manga.
Yeah, the graphics are
just
raising the bar very, very high.
Yes, I have to agree. This is one of those how is this possible games.
Yeah, right. The intro alone is so good.
But there's one bug in the intro, which is a very serious bug. When you press button A, it jumps over the screens. So I had problems trying to take the video of this game, because no matter how gently I press the A button, it always seemed to jump over the screens.
You mean that the screens change when you're pressing A?
Yeah, I mean, you have to press A to go to the next level, but I'm using this kind of a remote controller for when I'm recording the video. It's a remote controller, so that I don't have to have my hands on the actual device. So I had to restart many times, and I tried to film the whole intro, but it's jumping over all the time, which is a little bit of a pity, because the story is really I said that the most disturbing background story of all the games.
Yeah, agreed. It's a fantastic story, and the colors and the way the story is told is very atmospheric.
Yeah. And now that you are seeing this with a little bit of a lag as well, but we're looking at the actual gameplay now, and this is is this Pokitto or is this Super Nintendo? Probably Super Nintendo with a 3D chip.
It's like Note 7,
yeah. So.
And very, very fast and fluently.
Yeah.
Gameplay.
Absolutely.
I really couldn't believe it when I first saw it. Yeah.
What did you like? How did you find the gameplay? It's a little bit disorienting at first, but.
I think you can grasp it very fast. It's I like those games. I play a lot of Star Fox. Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's different, of course, but it's not so difficult to pick it up. I think I just played it and always found some nice details to attend to the next time I played it. But yeah, I think you can pick it up very fast.
And there's, I mean, I'm at loss for words to describe what it feels like to, because I invented this whole hardware, and I never imagined that we would see games like this on this hardware. I mean, it was never.
Yeah.
I didn't even think it's possible, because I was kind of happy that there's some sort of a Pac-Man clone, and then we have this Star Fox running on the hardware.
I really didn't think of it when I bought the device. I wouldn't think you could do such games on Pokitto. But I have to say, always when I look into the forum and reading posts there, I'm very happy because there are a lot of nice people, a lot of good ideas. It's like a really big family, and then I think this is one reason you can go even further than you would thought of.
Yeah, it is, and this kind of a friendly competition between people to come up with ideas that is more than other people could have even expected to be possible. We are very fortunate to have many really skilled coders in the community who can do this really surprisingly cool stuff on Pokitto. So I'm
yeah, it's like I'm a child again, because I started playing games in the 70s, and every idea, every kind of game, every graphics, anything was new. And now it's new to see. Oh, you can do this on Pokitto too, and there's a new idea. So I'm reliving my childhood again.
I have the same kind of feeling, because, like I said, when I was a kid, I used to like programming, and I dropped programming for a long time because I was not interested in Windows programming. And only with this very limited hardware of Pokitto, I sort of got back the feeling of the enjoyment of trying to get the best out of simple hardware. But even today, if I think about having some sort of a huge PC with gazillion gigahertz of processing power, I don't have any interest in programming that, and maybe I should, because that's where the money is, but I don't know, I just like simple stuff like this. So that was Not Dead Yet by Felipe, and it was number 9 in our competition of 11 entries.
He's commenting. Maybe he will add some boss fights.
Yeah.
If you can squeeze them in. Oh wow! Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Very, very great.
It's insane that this entry is number 9 in our competition. Okay, then
you see how good the games are, no?
Yeah. So then we go. If you have any ideas for the next jam, then I'm all ears. I mean, I'm thinking about what could be a fun theme. Okay, now it's time for personal
I'm really not sure, but when I see a lot of interesting games, I really would like to see effects with water. That would be very interesting for me.
Yeah. I personally would like to see adventure games. I think we're missing adventure games. We could have more of those, but it's always, I mean, adventure games are quite difficult to make because they need so much content.
Yeah.
And for a single person.
And they're very complex, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And
I love adventure games, and especially text adventures.
Yeah.
There are text adventures on C64 I recently played. I really, really like this, but it's very complicated, yeah.
I put the next entry, which is my zombie sports 100 meter.
Like Lemmings, yeah. And it's not the same as Lemmings, but they really look like, yeah.
What can I say? This was more of a technical trial of something. I wanted to see if I could make destructible terrain and so on. But it's not much of a game. I have to be the first to admit that. But yeah, it was fun.
I think if you had a big screen and a player 2, I don't have a player 2.
Yeah.
I tried to tell my daughter to join us, but she didn't want to.
Yeah.
So we could have tried this, but yeah, I think if you have a big screen on TV or something like this, this could be very, very fun.
It could be the kind of annoying kind of fun where you get frustrated. There are some really great 2-player and multiplayer games that are based purely on getting frustrated, and some of those old games are really fun because you just get it.
Yeah, you know worms.
Yes.
And of course you're getting frustrated
Yeah.
playing it, but
it
that
is
the fun.
Yeah, I have 2 teenage sons, and we cannot play worms. I mean, there will be blood on the table if we try to play worms. I mean, it's just something that you get so frustrated when you get really beaten in that game. It's one of those games that for the sake of family harmony you cannot play.
Yeah, maybe that's the reason my daughter didn't want to join.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, but maybe something will come out of this one day. I think I got far more points than I would have deserved because I mean 2 stars. Come on, there's not even a game here. But okay, if you guys want to be friendly, then I accept.
No, it's interesting to see that you can destruct the environment.
Yeah. And maybe we will make some sort of a...
I'm thinking about there's a sandbox game where you can construct things and also destroy them with pixels. I just don't remember. It's a mobile game. I just don't remember what it's called. Maybe this would be a nice idea.
Yeah. Okay, then we have Tigro by just a moment. We have Tigro by where am I looking? Yeah, by Zockeromi. I don't know if it's a fellow country person of yours. I don't know. Katzen is cats in German.
Yeah.
And
could well be, yeah.
so this is like it's like a mini roguelike where you have to move towards the enemies to fight.
Yeah, it's I really like the cats because I have 2 cats, and I really like the idea of these roguelikes. I also love columns and coffins.
Mm.
I'm
It's something that could be developed much further.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like a
it
mini.
sure should.
It's a mini game and a fun little mini game, and definitely a much better game than the one that I put into the competition. So this should have been at least above mine, but I played this. I managed to beat the boss. Somebody was complaining on the forum that they couldn't beat the boss, but
I think I only died one time, and normally I could yeah, normally I could win the game. I think it depends on where you are starting, and if you're surrounded by all the little cats, it's a bit more difficult.
yeah. Okay, those were all the games. We have been rambling here for an hour now. It's pretty long for a live stream, except
Yeah, the games are pretty good.
yeah, and there was
What do you expect?
quite a lot of them. So I hope that in the next jam we will not get like 20 or 30 entries, because it will get really tiresome to make these long videos. But I'm happy. We got a lot of good games out of this jam, and now we must start thinking about what's the next jam. And I think that this is maybe the best part of the whole Pokitto community is these game jams. I really enjoy being part of them. And
Yeah, I really like it, and I'm very interested in trying all these different ideas and looking what the people come up with, and yeah,
yeah,
I really like game jams. Yeah.
yeah, it's a complete surprise every time to see who comes up with what idea, and in this time all of these were complete surprises that what I would not have expected any of these games in the beginning to be like what we have here. But hey, Nicole, thank you very much for hosting this little chat session with me and playing the
It was a real
games.
pleasure.
What shall we do next? I think we'll play a little bit more of these games and then try to come up with great ideas for next game jams. I would also like to thank everybody who's been listening in on this live stream, and of course the authors of the games. I will now.
Yeah, guys, a big thank you from me too. If you wouldn't come up with such great ideas and concepts, this wouldn't be possible at all.
Yeah. Okay, everybody have a really great weekend. Thanks for listening, and let's hope we get to do another live stream in the near future again. And see you on the forums.
Yeah, see you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.